Zach is back with a Netflix horror original review. Today we're reviewing Eli, which is actually a pretty good scary movie, and it has a lot of focus on mystery. There's some genuinely creepy moments in this movie, and some pretty darn good scares. For the normal, regular horror fan, you'll probably enjoy this movie because it's thoroughly entertaining. The biggest problem in the movie is just the main character, Eli. He's a below-average child actor, and that's kind of all I have to say about that. You know, child actors aren't very good in general, at least most of the time, and he's kind of below average, generally speaking, so just not very good acting on his part. And he has a lot of screen time, so you kind of have to deal with that. Sorry about my voice, too. I don't know if it sounds any different. It's just, I kind of have like a cold, like a kind of a throaty cold, and it's kind of making my voice crack a little bit more often. It's either that or I haven't hit puberty yet, so. But anyways, let's get to the main story. Our main character is Eli, a very, very sick 11-year-old boy. So Eli has like a mysterious disease where his immune system is just shot, and he has to wear a bubble suit, like an astronaut suit, because basically the outside air is too, I guess you'd say, dangerous for his weak immune system. So he just can't breathe any regular air in, or he just goes into like crazy anaphylactic shock where his whole body turns red and he can't breathe and his like throat closes up. He just dies basically just from the outside air. So not good. In the final efforts to cure their son, Eli's parents decide to bring him to the only way I can really describe it is a haunted mansion, but it's kind of like a haunted mansion turned into a laboratory, where, it kind of looks like the Resident Evil house, if that makes any sense. It's very old and creaky looking on the outside, and it has that kind of old rustic look, but then on the inside there's a bunch of lab and technical shit everywhere. That's kind of the gist of the haunted house they go to. Or / medical facility, I guess. The main doctor in the facility, her name is Dr. Horn, and she basically convinces the parents that she's like the only one that can actually save Eli from his, chronic illness. So Eli begins what you would only be able to describe as like bizarre torture, medical, I guess you'd say, procedures to help cure him at basically the last effort to cure his crazy disease, because they've been through like a bunch of other doctors that just basically said, nope, we can't do it. I don't know what's going on with him, so sorry. And this is their last effort to do so. So they're basically they're doing all the effed up shit just to figure out how to fix him. Now, the atmosphere of this movie feels sort of like Silent Hill mixed with A Cure for Wellness. Very, very like depressive and foggy, and it kind of feels like he's almost in like a dream sequence because everything's so foggy and kind of like, it doesn't look clear. It almost looks everything's faded a little bit, you know what I mean? Speaking of things that seem foggy and might be a dream sequence, that's kind of the main question in this movie. The writers make it super obvious that you're supposed to be debating in the movie if Eli's seeing demons and ghosts in this haunted house, or if he's actually just hallucinating from all the drugs and procedures he's going through. They make it so obvious in this movie that they basically just slap you in the face, They're like, hey, you guys, these drugs might make you hallucinate. I mean, every time in this movie, like, a nurse comes into the room and explains something to the parents or Eli, they bring up that the medication makes you hallucinate, and the procedures might make you hallucinate. Like, literally everything in this movie might make you hallucinate. So it's kind of like, we get it, you guys, thank you. To be honest with you, I feel as though they kind of showed their hand or, revealed their cards too early in this movie. And the reason is because they mention the hallucinatory drug so much in this movie. Like, as somebody in the audience, that they're not going to go for the hallucination thing. Because they mention it like 30 times, and you would be like, yeah, you mentioned it 30 times if they went down that road. So you're like, it's going to be something else, right? Which, thank goodness, they didn't go for the hallucination thing, because they do a plot twist instead. Which is good, because that would have been really annoying in the movie if they brought it up like 30 times that he's hallucinating, and then they go and proceed to do the hallucination thing, and all the stuff in the fucking all the demons in the haunted house crap or whatever is just all make-believe. That would just be kind of annoying, right? So the hallucination thing is not really what's going on. There actually is like demons and ghosts in the movie, which I actually prefer, because I hate movies where they go, oh yeah, you guys, it's all a dream sequence, it's all due to these drugs. And it would have been really annoying in this movie particularly, because they mentioned drugs and hallucinations and stuff like that from the drugs so many times that if they were like, at the end, it's all hallucination, I would have been like, you guys told me that like 30 times. It would have been really bad. So they don't do that. Instead, they go for a plot twist, which is a lot better in my opinion. The reason why I'm bringing up this plot twist with you for like a non-spoiler review for this movie is because this plot twist will either make or break the movie for you. I mean, depending on who you are, you might love it, you might hate it. And I just want you to know that before going into this movie, because it could be good all the way up to this plot point, and then it could just be like, oh, you don't like it. You know what I mean? And that could ruin the movie for you. And I don't want that, so I just want you guys to be aware of this before going into the movie. So I'm not going to do any spoilers about the plot twist, but what I'm going to do is explain how I felt about the plot twist. The plot twist for me significantly enhanced the entertainment of this movie. That's what I think personally. I was just really going to be mad if they did the hallucination drug thing as the end. So anything was going to be better, but generally speaking, the ending of this movie, I think, ups the, I guess you'd say, the entertainment value of the movie. That's what I think. But there is a problem with the plot twist, though. Basically, the plot twist at the end of this movie makes no sense after a second viewing of the movie. With plot twists, you should be able to watch all the previous content leading up to the plot twist without seeing any, like, inherent contradictions. You know what I mean? A good example of an amazing plot twist in the movie is definitely The Sixth Sense. I think it might be one of the best plot twists of all time. Like, they hide the twist right in front of your face without you even knowing. The problem with Eli is that you know a plot twist is coming, but you don't know the context or the content of the plot twist. It catches you by surprise unnaturally and undeservingly, in my opinion. Because the previous content doesn't actually connect the plot twist in an understandable way, it just doesn't really make any sense when you watch the movie over again, if that makes any sense. Give you an example. It's sort of like a magician to tell you to close your eyes as he pulls a rabbit out of his hat. It's kind of like it ruins the point, but that's just my opinion on it. I thought it was entertaining enough, though, so it doesn't really matter. I feel as though Eli is actually a pretty good horror movie. I mean, it's alright. It's entertaining enough. It has some mystery elements to it. It keeps you on edge. I like that. I feel like the finale may be a little lackluster for some people, and it might be amazing for others. Personally, for me, I feel like the twist at the end is a little lackluster. But other than that, it's a fun, tense horror movie. I think it deserves a C+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe and do all that YouTube business. Wax on, wax off. Click the little bell for notifications because YouTube just likes screwing us that way. And thank you guys so much for watching. See ya!